got your mama's sunshine, you got your daddy's rain.
Hey guys! Welcome back to our channel at the intersection where food, travel, and arts meet. Today we're going to do a very interesting thing. A lot of you might probably like this. We are going to do fermentation today, and it's going to be Korean rice wine or makgeolli. It's going to be a long process, just a little bit long. There are a lot more fermentation that takes a year or more, but this one is about 10 days of fermentation. A lot of different steps of process, but overall, it's very, very easy. And you could even make this every 2 weeks in your home if you are able to start it. Rice and a little bit of starter, which is nuruk, and thyme. It's gonna be awesome, right? Okay, let's get started. So we will start with our rice. We are going to use 5 cups of rice. So we are going to wash this with cold running water. Just wash it 3 times. So let's soak this for 2 hours. This time, even though we wash this with cold running water, but this time we will use filtered water to soak the rice. From this time, whenever we need water, we will use filtered water. It is because we want to control the amount of chlorine that will be landing on our rice. This is cold filtered water. It's time for us to drain the water, and then we're going to cook the rice. So let's drain the water first. Add 4 cups of water and we'll cook the rice. Let's cook this rice for the first 15 minutes in medium heat, and then we'll open it and ladle it as it boils, and then we'll cook it more for the next 15 minutes until it's fluffy. By the way, this recipe is inspired by Makgeolli. I will put the link of her video below for you to have reference in it. Okay, the rice started to become fluffy. Okay, our rice is perfectly cooked. Yep, it is. So now we're going to move this to the dehydrator for 3 hours. So let's put the rice here. Let's flatten them so they're not so clumpy. We're down to the last basket of our dehydrator. By the way, if you don't have a dehydrator, 6 to 8 hours of drying if you don't have a dehydrator. Okay, ready to dehydrate this at 160 F. So our dehydration is done. This is a 3-hour dehydration. It's crispy in the outside, but it's still soft on the inside. So we will transfer all our dried rice to our earthenware. So this will be our enzyme powder. This is called Nuruk. N-U-R-U-K. So this will be our starter. So the good bacteria will eat all the rice that we put in. So we will also use 1 packet of yeast. So we're using 1.5 cups of Nuruk. So actually this is the same process as making sake, but they only have different culture. So we're using the barley culture. This is the last part of the 1.5 cup. And we will put 8 cups of water. Let's cover it and check it every 4 hours just to make sure that the rice are being soaked in. We will push the rice in, the liquid, until all the rice are soaked in. After 3 hours, we will check our mixture. So they look like they have started to get moist. We will just mix them so everything is moist. We will mix this every 4 and 6 hours. This is the 3rd day of our fermentation, and you can see that the rice is now turning liquid and there are bubbles that are coming out. We are on the 7th day of fermentation, and you can see that our fermented rice is more liquidy now, and you can also see that there are bubbles popping up. We're on the 9th day of fermentation, and we can still see a lot of bubbles from the mixture on the pot, but we can also see that liquid is getting clear and it's more liquidy right now. The fermentation mixture is still bubbling, but not furiously bubbling anymore. And as you can see, the clear liquid is going up and the rice are settling down. So we'll give it another overnight. Now we are on the 12th day of our fermentation, and our makgeolli in this hangari or in this earthenware has fermented very well. So fermentation can be 9 days to 30 days if you want more alcohol in your rice wine, but we choose to have it at 13 days or 12 days because the first few days of fermentation is really slow. Now the fermenting rice is really clear and the alcohol is clear, so we'll show you. All right, come on, we'll show you. Let's open this. Come on. We'll open this one for you. So as you can see, the liquid part is already clear. That means it is already converted to sugar and all the acids by the bacteria or by the enzymes that we put in there as a starter. Now we're ready to brew and we're ready to harvest it. I'll show you how. So we are going to scoop the fermented rice out and we are going to strain it here. That looks good and smells good. So my hand is clean, so clean. If there's soap in my hand, I really clean it so well. The first time that makgeolli and sake was discovered that it's good for the skin, when they saw that the hand of the sake maker are very smooth, while the face of the sake maker looks wrinkly, but their hands are very smooth and looks very young. So that's where they discovered that there's something in makgeolli and fermented rice wine that makes you youthful. And that's what we're going to discover here, and we're going to tell you about that. So according to my research, makgeolli or fermented rice wine is rich with so many things: lactic acid, organic acids, vitamin C, B vitamins. One surprising thing that I discovered is it is rich in squalene. The white part of makgeolli is actually where much more of the squalene is. So as we finish taking all the liquid from here, I will show you how to separate the white part of it and how we will use it in our skincare. So this is the only solid left from our fermented rice, which is already our makgeolli, from 5 cups down to around a cup. So all the goodness of rice and nuruk are now in liquid form, which is our makgeolli. Now we're going to bottle our makgeolli. So it's going to be 1.5 cups of makgeolli we will dilute it into 1 cup of water. We will use pure filtered water for this one, so our enzymes will not be killed by any chlorine. Usually it is 1:1, but because we're at home and we are more in control of how much dilution we're going to use, so we're using 1.5 of makgeolli to 1 water. Commercial makgeolli usually use like 3 parts water, 1 part makgeolli, or even more. So this is the 3rd cup of makgeolli, 2 cups of water. All right. So we're done with our earthenware. We'll show you how to clean it. So we are not using any soap in cleaning this one. We're using cold running water to clean it. And then after we got all the suds, we are going to run it with filtered water, let it dry thoroughly, and make sure there's no contamination in there. All right, so we have yielded this 3 bottles of makgeolli from our batch of 5 cups of rice, 1.5 cup of nuruk, and we added about maybe 6 cups or 7 cups of water to dilute it because it's really, really potent right now. So we are going to taste it and see if I will be knocked out by this alcohol, but I don't want to be knocked out. So let me taste it. I got this one. It looks really Korean. So I got this one from a Korean store. We'll just taste a little bit just to let you know how it tastes. Okay. We'll shake it a little bit. Okay, that's enough. Let's taste it. Look at that. So good. It's really, really good. The taste of alcohol is really potent and strong because we fermented it for 13 days or 12 days. And then the taste of fermented rice is strong too. It keeps your body really warm. This is really good for winter or when the cold season starts. we will put this in the fridge for 2 days, and in the next video that we will be releasing, we will show you on how we use it as face mask, and then we will show you on how it looks like on skin. For now, thank you for watching. I think this is really good with samgyeopsal and barbecue. So I'm so excited to have this for barbecue.